Well, for those of you who've earned the title of caregiver for your loved one, it may seem like the role has taken over your life. But there's a man that wants to help you from feeling like your loved one's illness or disease is impacting your life negatively. So let me introduce Dave Nassaney. He is the author who says he can help caregivers reclaim their sanity. It's good to have you here, Dave. I know you live far away, so we sure appreciate your visit. How did you even become a caregiver?
Well, 21 years ago, my beautiful wife, Charlene, and she came with me.
Oh, yes, she's standing by in the wings. And so we're going to show her in just a little bit so she can take a shot.
So she had a headache one day, the headache of her life, lasted 4 days. She didn't think much about it. It was only a headache. But it eventually turned into a stroke. So she suffered a massive stroke, left her severely speech impaired and paralyzed on the right side. And on that day, I immediately had something in common with the Fonzie and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Hillary Clinton and Queen Latifah, all caregivers.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and there's a lot of celebrity caregivers. So now I host a popular iTunes podcast, the Caregiver Radio Show, and I'm a best-selling author to my 3rd book. It's My Life 2, Reclaim Your Caregiver Sanity. I've been on my national book and media tour all across the country, just being on morning shows just like this one. And I even shared the stage with Suzanne Summers at Harvard. Wow. So that was exciting. And basically, I'm sharing my message, how to prevent your loved one's illness or disease from actually killing you.
What are the 3 mistakes that caregivers make the most?
Well, the first mistake the caregivers make is they don't know how to put their needs first. And for example, you go on an airplane, right?
Yes.
They tell you in the event of an emergency, oxygen mask will drop. Put your mask on first before you help your loved one with their mask. What an amazing metaphor for all of life. Take care of you first. Not out of selfishness, but out of survival. The second mistake that caregivers often make is they don't know how to ask for help. Now, everyone has one of these. It's called a cell phone. You turn it on, you punch in the number, and you talk. Hello, Mom. I need help. Grandma's driving me crazy.
I guess it seems like it's easier said than done, right? But it's so true. We just have to do it.
It is true. You know, you need to call your mother, your father, your wife's ex-husband. Call somebody, but get over that silly notion that if you can't do it all yourself, you're a failure as a caregiver. So true. Now, the 3rd biggest mistake that caregivers often make is they allow guilt to affect their decision-making process. Now, back when there was a comedy show that it was about a caregiver, and he was taking care of his father, it was called Sanford and Son.
Oh, I remember that.
And Fred, the father, was excellent at putting all this unwanted guilt on his son, and it went something like this. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one, son. Really? Elizabeth, I'm coming for you, honey. I'll be right there, sweetheart. And Lamont would fall for that every single time, even though he knew he was being conned. And caregivers are exactly the same way. It's like being handcuffed to your loved one and being a slave forever.
So you have a formula.
I do have a formula.
The CARE formula.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So C stands for communicate with your friends. And basically, you need a life outside of caregiving, okay? You can't isolate yourself. A stands for ask for help. And be specific. For heaven's sakes, don't turn it down when it's offered.
Oh, yes.
R stands for rest. Caregivers need 8 hours rest every single night. But, you know, the average caregiver only gets 2 or 3. I can't survive on 2 or 3 hours. I don't know if you can.
No. I can barely survive on 7 hours of sleep.
Amen.
Wow.
And the E stands for eat healthy, nutritious foods. Don't eat junk food. Junk food has sugar and ingredients and processed God knows what. It will kill you.
Yes, it will. How is your wife doing now? Tell me. You've been caring for her for so many years. She's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
How is she doing?
That's why I wrote my book. It's My Life 2, Reclaim Your Caregiver Sanity, by learning when to say yes, just to save caregiver lives. Because
hi, Charlene. Give us a big wave. There you are.
She's amazing, and she motivated me and influenced me to care for others, because I made so many mistakes as a caregiver, and I saw so many other caregivers need help. They're making the same mistakes I made, and I want to help them stay alive. Stay alive
and not become resentful, I think, right?
Yes,
because we start to feel resentful, and we start to not like our own lives because we're, you know, so hopefully we'll never get to that point.
It's like a prison sentence, you know, a life prison sentence. And it doesn't have to be that way. You take care of you and ask for help and do all the advice that's in my book, and you'll get through this. I mean, I've been doing this for 21 years, and Charlene, look at her. She's beautiful over there.
Yes, she is. I'm so glad that she came, and you as well. Tell everyone before we go where they can get your book.
Just go to Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble. We've had many book signings. And my caregiver website, caregiver.com. That's caregivers with an S, caregiver without an S.com. And it's a membership site. You know, we help caregivers survive, and it's like their support group.
Yeah.
And we love on them, and they join, and we give them lots of resources, and we interview guests who have not only survived caregiving, but have thrived.
Yes, good, and that's what we like to see. So nice to meet you, Dave. Thank you
nice
very
to meet you as well.
much, and good luck with your book. I know it's going to be a big hit. It already is, actually.
It is.
So go to Amazon and get your book, because you never know. We may all be in that position one day. Thank you so much.
It could happen tomorrow.
You're right. You are right.
One fall.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Up next, we are making pie, not war. It's all part of the fun that's set for the first ever bazaar that benefits the Art of Life Cancer Foundation. We'll be right back.